Oh, okay. Where did you share that with? Or where did was it Instagram? Okay, perfect. Sweet, thank you, sir. Cool. Oh, it says it's a private video. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Cool. There we go. Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Avery, but I go by Soavecito, and welcome to episode 53 of Whispers of Horror with my guest from the horror podcast, Scaredycast. Brian, how are you doing today?
Oh, thank you so much for having me on. I'm doing swell, and I'm looking forward to this, man. I've been excited about this.
Yeah, me too. I I think we talked a little bit before. Like this is the first time I'm having a horror podcast meets horror podcast. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like a big inception kind of ordeal. But I do want
Sure.
to ask, like, how did you guys? There's a team of you guys, right? It's not only you.
Yes. So I'm part of the Trinity. It's me, Brian. We have Tony and Kelsey. And yeah, so it's the three of us. They're working right now, so I'm the only one that could do the interview, but that's okay. I'll speak for him and say all the
Yeah,
bad things about him.
it's okay. So basically, you're telling me is you drew this like the short straw, and they're like, I didn't really want to do this
No, I
podcast,
was
right?
like, guys, I got this. You guys do all the social media messaging. I was like, nah, I can do interviews.
All right, perfect, perfect. When did you guys start this podcast, and where did you get the name Scaredycast?
So Tony and Kelsey met when they were working for the Phoenix Suns, the basketball
Okay.
team, and they became friends and just kind of were talking. They decided to start this podcast back right like before the start and right into the start of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, well, screw it, let's just try it. And Tony would set it up at his house, and usually Kelsey would just call in. So, it was very, very rough, very minimal, and they just kind of didn't have too much of a I guess not a topic, but like a focus. They kind of rambled, but it was a little scaredy stuff here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know how many episodes in, like 130 or something like that. Uh, Tony and I met at a place called Meta PCs, and
Okay.
he was the marketing manager, and I was the warehouse manager. But I was the only one in that entire place that wanted to do like social media, be in the videos, act and do the silly stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and Tony started hitting it off because we were just both goofy. And then he mentioned he's like, oh, I have a podcast. And I was like, what? And he said, yeah, it's about, scary stuff. And I said, oh, really? And I threw out my keychain because I have a Bigfoot bottle opener on there. And I said, dude, I love Bigfoot. And all. He goes, that's what we talk about. And he was like, why don't you come on the podcast? We'll bring it back. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, why don't you just become part of the podcast? And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh. And then I hosted it with them. And then pretty much every single week for 2.5, 3 years now, we've stayed on it. We're about to hit our 300th episode.
Oh wow.
And we like to tell everybody, like, when I came in is like when we like, all right, let's do this for real. We really felt like it was complete with all three of us. So yeah,
Gotcha.
like 2.5, 3 years, I think.
Okay, nice, nice. Um, what got you into horror? Like, what was like the thing that's like I love horror and this is what I sleep, eat, and breathe this stuff.
Sure. So what's funny to me is I know we do review a lot of horror movies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love horror movies because they're exciting. I think a lot of movies are great, and that's fine, and there's times for that. But I always crave that that action, that suspense. I don't know. It just invokes that emotions, and so
Mm-hmm.
I've always been kind of hooked on them. My dad would show me the ones that he grew up with and what he saw. So he showed me American Werewolf in London and The
Okay.
Thing and all these classics. And oh my God, scared me to death as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I was fascinated with it at the same time. And so once we started doing the podcast, I realized like, oh yeah, I actually kind of like horror, and I never really had a place to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And my fascination is cryptids. I love monsters that shouldn't be real, they shouldn't exist, but the craziest stories you hear, and if even 1% of it is true, it blows science in our world apart. So I'm just fascinated with monsters and things, and
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of what I brought to the podcast. But Tony grew up in a VHS store. His mom and dad's store was basically the only rival to Blockbuster. And so he got to, live through it all, and he got to see all the horror movies. So he's like the movie buff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I do a little bit more horror games, a little bit. I kind of branch out. I like to do a little bit horror reading, stuff like that. So I'm a little bit more into it all around. And Tony's big time movie guy.
Gotcha, gotcha. So you said you are a big like monster um, connoisseur. It's kind of crazy
Hmm.
because I actually got so zombies are my thing. I got
Yeah.
Soavecito tattooed on me, and each
Hell
one is
yeah.
different body part. Like this is like the intestines, the teeth, like all zombie parts. So zombies
Hell
are my
yeah.
thing. But do you
Nice.
have a favorite like monster
Okay,
that you can go
so
to?
if we're talking like movie stuff, because zombies can kind of be like associated with movie stuff
Sure.
too. I would say for me, believe it or not, it's Predator. I am absolutely obsessed with Predator. I
Okay.
think, in my honest opinion, I think he should be more of like a Jason, a Freddy, or some Michael Myers that can't. You think you can kill him, but he keeps coming back, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
make him fully not just a villain that gets defeated at the end, but make him this terrifying monster that nobody, make it horror basically. Uh, I would love to see that, but so I guess that's my cop out. I'll say Predator, but
No, that's a
honestly,
straight
Bigfoot,
answer.
man.
Bigfoot. Okay.
Bigfoot, and it started with that, and then it just went up from there. And I love them all. Some are silly, some are hilarious, some are terrifying, but all of them are interesting to me. I don't know if you can see, but right here I have a big like Bigfoot poster right here, and
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm a nut, I'm a nut.
That's
But
pretty cool.
yeah, I would say Bigfoot. Just I know, boring answer.
No, no. Honestly, like, I don't believe there's anything like of like a silly or boring answer. I think it's just everybody's perspective on the question is different, you know, and it's unique. Like, when's the last time I've heard? Like, I did 53 episodes, and I haven't
Yeah.
heard Bigfoot yet. So I think that's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
I wanted to ask when it comes to like your when you meet with your team before the pod, how do you guys come up with the episodes? Like, if you can give us the behind the scenes of like the creative process that you guys go through.
So most episodes, so we have our main show Scaredycast, and
Yeah.
then we have some Patreon content that's a little bit exclusive to other things. So we do something called Monday Morning, but spelled MOUR, because it's, we're mourning the death of something, and we usually do something ridiculous.
Sure.
This crazy way that this person died because a dog fell out of the window, or a cow crashed through a roof and killed somebody. It's, we don't like to make fun of people for dying, but it's like, hey, this is a crazy real story that happened, and we like to, mourn the person or whatever, that
That's
is.
cool.
And that's probably like a 15-minute thing. Kelsey and Tony usually get those topics, usually together.
Hmm.
And then during Scaredycast, we also have something we call the creep of the week. And so we'll get a story of whatever craziness is going on in the world, a lot of times Florida men. And yeah, so then, we'll say whatever was going on. There was this manager in, like, I don't know, Delaware or something like that, that
Hmm.
was of a hotel that was going into people's rooms at night while they were sleeping, and like trying to like suck on their toes. And this guy got caught, and we were like, "Yep, that's the creep of the week." Like, oh my god, could you imagine? Like, oh,
I have so many questions. Like, how
I
did he get
know,
away
I
with
know.
those many toes? Like
I
that.
don't
Nobody,
know.
nobody,
I mean,
nobody
maybe some.
noticed.
Yeah. Maybe
Nobody
you're
felt
like,
the
you wake
the.
up, you're like, oh, what the? Well, actually, like,
Wait, is it you
maybe.
put the other foot out and you're like, all right, you're already halfway there. I'm
Oh
sure
man,
some
so
people woke up and like, oh, okay, this ain't bad.
yeah, yeah, hey, all right.
Listen,
Oh,
to
this
each
is complimentary, sweet.
listen to each his own. If people do that,
Yeah.
just
Hey, we don't
just
we don't kink shame.
yeah, listen, we don't. I just think it's unique, and this is definitely not the
Yeah.
podcast that you think this is. Maybe we'll make something different like that. Maybe Suavecito after dark, and then we'll talk more about
Ah,
it.
there we go. I love that. So for as far as topics though, for like Scaredycast, what's funny is we'll do a little research for, the actual stories for Monday morning and Creep
Hmm.
of the Week. But most of the time, and this is actually probably, and I'm going to say this personally as someone who, has this and some following and stuff, there's a lot of people that do not like that we are kind of aloof. We do stay on topic sometimes, but Tony's a huge wrestling fan. So he compares everything to wrestling, and he'll randomly bring up some drama that's going on in WWE.
Sure.
And it's like, that has nothing to do with horror, but it's just like, people have described our podcast as three friends sitting on a couch.
Yeah.
It's there's no prompts, question answer, back and forth. It's, we try to just make it comfortable. So when you're listening to us, it's like you're on a five-way phone call with your friends. And we all share perspectives on each other's things that we like, because we're all different. Tony's big movie guy. I'm into games and cryptids. Kelsey likes zombies and ghosts and real stuff, and more of the modern things on like Netflix. She kind of keeps up with that stuff.
Hmm. It's like
So
you
we
all
all
have
kind
a
of
little
bring,
piece, like you all fit
yes,
into like a good yin yang and like a piece of the pie, like, and you
yeah,
all bring
and
different things to the show.
exactly, because it's like a team,
Hmm.
and we all exactly bring different opinions, but also our stories. I'm not gonna lie, and maybe this is a fault on our part, but a lot of, if not most of our show, we just wing it, and we have for like all of our episodes. Like, I think that adds a genuity, a real thing about it,
Yeah.
because it's like, we do just, it's natural the way we all just hang out and talk and make fun of each other and stuff. But we do like to focus on a lot of spooky stuff. We just like to make it more lighthearted. So
Sure.
we, you know, um, I think people can like horror, but they're scared of it. They don't know where to begin. Some people think it's demonic or gross or whatever, and it's like, there's so much easy way to transition into horror. And look, if you don't like to be scared, fine, but everybody likes to laugh, right?
Yeah.
So if we can get in the door with humor and then kind of introduce what we like into that in a nice spoon-fed easy way, great. Maybe we'll make some new horror fans.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent way to get people into like liking horror but here's the crazy thing. When it comes to living, living is horror. Like it's all around us at every moment. You wake up, something scary can be there. Spiders, people are scared of the ocean, people are scared of just water. Like there's so many things that like we're so insignificant to the grand scheme of just the whole world, that we could be taken out by anything, like Final Destination. That people
Boom.
get struck by
Yep.
lightning. But so like, I guess why I love doing podcasts is just like, yes, everything can be scary, but it fits into everyday living. Like it, and also
Yeah.
it fits into every genre. Horror can be funny. Horror can be theatric. Horror can be obviously scary, but it could be adventure. Like there's so many things that it can fit into, and
Yes.
still keep to its core ideology of it. So yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. You said you were into games.
Yeah, I won't say like super extensively. I
Sure.
haven't played all of the horror games, but Resident Evil 4 is my favorite horror game of all time.
Okay.
And I've played some of the, kind of like YouTuber games, a couple of those.
Sure.
I'm not big into the like that indie, very cheap horror kind of stuff. It's not that I'm not into it. I just never took the step to get into it, backrooms things, SCP stuff like that.
Sure.
It's fun for me to read about and stuff, but like I don't need to play it. It's basically just a jump scare machine. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't have enough substance for me usually. But I don't also want to sound like a snob. Like I'm not gonna lie, I don't prefer to play horror games all the time because they are pretty terrifying.
I get that. Listen,
But
you're preaching, because
yeah.
I don't go live unless I'm playing horror games. Oh no, I don't play horror games unless I'm live. And I got a blanket.
Oh,
I got a blanket. Yes, it's pink. I have a daughter,
hey.
and it has some
Oh.
scary shit in the back.
Oh, you're raising it right, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, listen. So when she's sleeping, I put the pink side, and then when she's awake, we could talk. Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to find the best way to introduce her to it. I want to like desensitize her so she's not afraid of anything. I mean, for me, I'm not afraid of anything except the ocean.
Oh,
and,
that's Tony.
and being alone. But
Yeah, that's mine. Oh my God. I'm afraid of being completely alone in the world. And Tony is absolutely terrified of deep water and ocean and all of it.
Oh, so
Like,
okay.
that's funny. Yeah.
Well, why do you have a deep fear of being alone? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't honestly know. What's funny is I have some mental health issues, and I definitely have to deal with those, by myself. And I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of the feeling that comes from that is a loneliness. You definitely feel, and I'm really good at isolating, I'm very good at shutting down. And I don't want to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's not a good thing. It's having a support group, is so big. And yeah, it kind of makes me laugh when you said like, dude, the terror's everywhere in the world around us. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, man, people are living this every day. Like there's death everywhere, not just in a movie we're watching. It happens, right? You probably drive past a car accident almost every day to work,
Yeah.
and people's lives are changing right there in a second. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. I probably got super off the question and rambled there. I
No,
apologize.
this is why I love doing this, just because you're just being your authentic self. You're talking and telling me how you truly feel, even if it's off topic. It doesn't matter. Like I just
Hell
enjoy
yeah.
having this conversation with you. Like it's just like
Yeah,
it
man,
really
and
does
thank you
make
again
me
for
want to come
inviting me.
down. And of course, but it makes me want to come down to where you guys are at and do like that's gonna be one. I'm gonna actually write it down to make sure to do that in the next year or something like that, where I can be down sitting on that couch and be a guest for you guys and have a
Yes.
conversation, because I will match your energy, and this is the energy you guys would get.
I love it, dude. Yes, and you can, you come to the table, you bring all the stuff that you love, and I guarantee you we're gonna have a good time because all
Oh,
we do is we
100%.
love to just laugh and laugh with and at each other, and it's all love, man. But like, oh, it's great. We just love to laugh, but also talk about horror.
Yeah, I can
Talk about
relate to
scary
all
stuff.
three of you guys. Tony, I used to love WWE, and I still
Yeah.
keep up here and there, and I love Netflix and watching. I can keep up on like, all the ghost stuff too. Like
Yep.
I'm a jack of all
You
trades.
fit right in, man. You know what? Maybe we need a fourth person. Maybe Scaredycast needs four. I
Listen,
don't
you
know.
trying to make me move to where you guys are at? Hey, I can't
I'm
even do
just
the
saying,
time
man.
zones, but you know what? Who knows? There's a realm of possibilities. You never know.
Exactly
You know?
right. Today is just
Maybe
the
I'm
new day,
the
man.
fourth horseman.
I love it. Oh, that's even. Oh, I like that. That's got ring
The
to
four
it.
horsemen. I'm just saying.
Hell yeah, I like that.
I gotta be death though.
You could be Death. We'll make Kelsey Pestilence because she's gross, and
Okay.
we'll make Tony Famine because it's ironic, and I will be. What was the other one?
Was it war or rage or something?
War. Let's
Yeah.
do that. Oh yeah,
All right,
because
bet.
it's silly because I'm
Listen,
harmless.
that okay. Let's do that. If I do come down to where you guys are, we gotta talk. We gotta do the four horsemen. We gotta talk about
Hell
that,
yeah.
and then
I love it.
be in character. That
We'll introduce
collaborating.
you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it.
Yeah, that's sick.
This is gonna be a little sneak peek because I don't know if we want to
Oh
tell the world
yeah.
yet, but screw it. I'm gonna do a little behind the scenes. So for our 300th episode, we were without telling anybody, we were gonna dress as each other. So I was gonna dress exactly in Kelsey's clothes and look like her. Tony was gonna dress as me, and she's gonna dress as Tony.
It's like
And
the
we were just gonna
Twilight
do the
Zone.
podcast like it was nothing, and just be like, "Yeah, how's it going?" You know, and just totally fake it, and everyone's just gonna be like, "What?" You know, like what the hell? So little things
It's
like
like
that.
the Spider-Man's pointing at each other like this.
Exactly. And so, doing subtle things without. I mean, I just did kind of tell you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is going to be a spoiler for everybody that doesn't
Yeah.
know, is, we like to do little silly shit like that. And
Yeah.
just,
You heard it first,
our
ladies
sets
and gentlemen.
always, yeah, our set's always changing because we get
Okay.
random, like, collectibles and things signed and we just put them, it's always something different. We don't want to be stagnant. And that's huge for content creation, and
Yeah, no, you gotta stay on trends. You gotta be unique amongst the crowd of people that are trying to do the same thing. You gotta just find your little thing. Like when people are not asking you to reinvent the wheel, they're just saying do it differently. That they, like how we haven't seen like Shark Tank. Shark Tank is the biggest
Yeah.
component to that. People are not changing much. They're like, how can I make this product better and just make it a little bit my own, and boom, make millions of dollars. So what's the difference from what we're doing?
Exactly. And think about like a YouTuber or content creator. They're like, all right, I'm going to do my personal thing. Everybody could turn on a camera and talk, right?
Yeah.
But
Actually,
the newer
not true.
generation,
Not true.
true.
You gotta give yourself and like all the content creators that talk in front of a camera. That is not easy to do. Or you guys do it in person. That is a skill.
True.
That is more
I feel
like
like,
it's just
yeah.
being spontaneous. And you guys say like guys don't really. You guys have an idea, but then you go off script. That is not easy to improv and like have that creative flow going, especially with other people to match your energy. So kudos to
Yes.
you guys. You guys are amazing. How you guys it just feel like three people that are truly friends and can have a genuine conversation. So everybody go make
That's
sure to check
seriously
them out. Links are in the
one of the
description.
biggest compliments, man. Seriously. Like, that is so huge because we just want to feel real and we want people to feel comfortable and happy to listen, And that's all we want.
Yeah, and that's why I was glad that like we figured it out. We rescheduled and we were able to do this because I just felt like this was going to be a phenomenal conversation, and it's only been 20 minutes, and I'm ready. I
Yeah.
can't.
No, I love
we're
it,
still
man.
here, so
Yeah.
yeah. There's so many things that this is why I love doing this because there's so many perspectives I can get from other people, and how they translate and how they got into horror.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have to ask
You mentioned.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, good, no. Good.
You mentioned like how everybody brings their personal thing.
Yeah.
If you're a content creator, and especially with the newer generation now, the younger generation, they are latching on to personalities. That's why influencers are a thing, right? Because we didn't have that before. It was movie stars or people on commercials. But there's a less like personal feel about all that old stuff because it's like, oh, here's this man on the TV with his big title card and he's trying to sell me this.
Yeah.
But now when you flip on YouTube and you see someone basically doing a home video, being extremely vulnerable, showing their real life, obviously a lot of YouTubers and all this fake stuff, whatever. But I'm saying, and much like you said, it's not easy. It's not easy to be genuine, forget that the camera's there. It's so simple. Just be yourself. But how hard is it to be yourself as soon as that camera turns on, right? But people are latching on to the brands that is people now. Mr.
People
Beast
are the
and
brands.
Ryan
You hit
Trahan.
it right on the nail.
Yes.
People are the brands. And I don't mean to interrupt you, but I want
No,
to make
no,
sure
no.
this is said. I just want to say thank you so much for just hear me out. Thank you so much for being vulnerable and talking about like your mental health, and like some days are dark, and you find your support group. I want to let everybody know how important it is to find somebody that you can rely on, to find like people that you can just who have your back in those certain moments. And and yes, this is live and we're on the internet, but to be able to take a second and be like, I'm okay sharing some of the things that I hold close to my chest is amazing. And like I said, I appreciate for you doing that. Like, because I don't want people to make themselves uncomfortable, but you were easily able to do that. So I just want to say thank you for real, for real.
That's a huge compliment, man. And it does for people that maybe go, man, I wish I could do that. It's like, oh, you can. And there's free tools. There's little, literally, as silly as it may sound, like graphs and charts, and it's not instructions to fix people, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not, you're not an engine that just needs a new part and it works. It's not how people work. Every single person's different, every situation is different. And you have to have that empathy, and you just got to look at people as equal. Everyone is on their journey, and no one is better. Everyone is different. That's
Yep,
it.
that's a
That is
fact.
it.
Yep.
And that's huge, man. I really appreciate that. And
For
I am an open book. I feel like the more I can talk about my vulnerability, some other people might go,
maybe I can do it
I
too.
guess it isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, guess what? The world is crazy, and we don't have to care what people think, because think of all the people's opinions that you don't care about.
Yeah,
Same thing,
I
you
agree.
know? Screw it.
That
Just be real. Just be you.
that's why I show people. I tell people. Like I stutter. And you kind of could tell when I go live it's just a little different because all these thoughts go through my brain, and I'm very forgetful, so it's not easy for me to put myself out there. But I don't look at it as a negative. I try to take the things I struggle with and use it as fuel to make me work harder and show people that even though I have some things that may put me at a disadvantage, I still can
Mm.
do it like anybody else. And I'm proud of myself, and I'm a human being. We have flaws, and it's okay to be yourself. You don't have to pretend to be something you're not. And like I said, I like on my live streams, I've cried, I've laughed, I've been angry, I've been sad, I've been depressed.
Mm.
But I want to show people, hey, even and my daughter, that you can have emotions, and it doesn't matter what people say about them. Like, it's just how you feel, and own it. Own yourself and own who you are, and just take it one day at a time, because
Dude.
honestly your own opinion is
Yeah.
the only thing that matters.
Right. And that's so beautiful, man. And you want to do the right thing for your daughter. You want to set her up for that. And I love that we're supposed to be kind of talking about horror, but man, mental health, it's like it's got to come first before we
Ev-
can enjoy horror.
Everything's connected though. I like everything I'm saying, it still comes back to the grand scheme of things, because
Yeah.
mental health is a type of horror. It's psychological. Like,
Yeah.
um
But it's real.
yes.
Horror movies aren't real, but this is real horror, and it's
Yeah.
it's real to you. It's your truth. That's how you know that, you know what I mean? Even if it's this person's truth, and the real one in the middle, this is your truth. And everybody has to realize everybody's got their own truth, even if it's not the same as anybody else's. It's that acceptance. And yeah, man, it's like this mental health. Like, I just love all the things you're hitting. It's exactly right. And you cried, you made yourself vulnerable,
Hmm.
and people go, wow, uh, this is real.
Yeah.
And guess what? People that are maybe too afraid, or they have guilt and shame, I'm terrible at asking for help. I'm so bad at sticking my hand out and going,
Yeah.
someone help. I
Same.
need to work on that. But the thing is, it's like, let's say we're talking about that, or you do a live stream and you break down and you say, man, I'm having a really rough time,
Yeah.
whatever, if it's you, your daughter, life, whatever. And someone goes, oh, I guess now me too. I'm having, my daughter doesn't really talk to me. And how do you make a connection with her that maybe dude, and then all of a sudden you changed a life
Yeah.
just talking,
Yeah.
It's amazing what happens when you just do things.
Yeah.
And you don't
I
have to
totally
have
agree.
control.
Yeah.
Things will just happen. You just got to be present in the moment and let things happen.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be a little vulnerable as well too, because when I did mention that those times when I have cried on stream is I'm very hard on myself. I am so hard
Me
on
too.
myself because
Mm, mm,
I see how hard I have to work every day just to keep up and I'm not trying to compare myself to anybody else. I like keep up to where my standards, you know.
Mhm.
And when people compliment me and give me like praise for the things that I do, you know, like I don't know how to take that. It's like
Okay.
something so positive, but for me, it's just like the voices in my head. This is why it's called Whispers of Horror, because like my logo, you can't see it, it's, everybody can, but like
Sure,
it's
sure.
literally me, and all these voices are just telling me the negatives. Like okay, you are typing on the keyboard too much. Oh, you forgot to turn your audio's off. Why weren't you set
Mm,
up? Why did you forget this question? You could be more. You could put more time. Why are you tired? Like
yeah.
you could be
Or
better.
me,
You
for
can
me,
do
it's
this.
gear. I need a better camera. I
Yeah.
need this. I need a better this. It needs to look good. It needs
Why
to,
am
and
I
it's like,
satisfied? I'm never satisfied, and it kills me because it's just like I have a lot and I should be happy with what I have, but the drive in me, it just makes me feel like no, you have a house, get a bigger house. You have a family, support your family better. You have to drive yourself to the ground no matter what to you are broken, and then still get up
yes.
and fight. And
And also make sure, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
no, no,
cut
no,
you
you're good,
off,
you're
but I
good.
was going to say too, keep in mind what is the most important things, because you're focusing on the most important things. You're not
Yeah,
going, yeah, I just need to do this side thing is my problem. No, you're going, my daughter, the podcast, and me, my mental health. All
yeah,
of those things need to come together so you can have the resources to be there for other people. So that's the other thing too. You know, if you're
yeah.
one of those people that goes, I don't really have mental health issues, well, maybe then you're the person that people are going to reach out to because you have a different perspective, and you know, maybe you don't have this, nobody has the same chemicals, the chemical balance in their brain, right?
Yeah, I
Everybody
agree.
is
Everybody's
different.
different. You ever
Right.
watch Fairly Odd Parents?
Love Fairly Odd
Oh,
Parents.
listen, listen,
I could
Brian. We
I
are
could quote
friends.
that.
We are so
Hell yeah, dude.
we're friends. Like, and that's why I made 53 friends every episode I have made. So I love this, and so
And you
I
got two
can't.
more. You got Tony and
I
Kelsey
can't wait
right
to
right
meet them.
behind you,
I
man.
hope I can't wait for them to watch this episode. But like, how did we miss it? Like, we should have
Yeah,
skipped work.
yeah. Oh, they're gonna be so mad.
Do you remember the episode when Timmy was like, "I wish everybody was the same and everybody was the blobs," and they
The
were
gray
like,
blobs.
they're like, "Oh, you're a little grayer. Oh, you're a little this." This is why I can't stand when people are put into categories or judged for because categories you automatically are putting them in a stereotype and judging them from for who they are, or
Yep.
the environment they are, or what they look like, and it's not fair. Everybody
Nope.
is the same. We bleed, we use the bathroom, we sleep, we eat, we all do everything the same, but we are unique because we all have different minds. And I
Yep.
thought that depicted what that ideology is perfectly, and that's what. And regardless if we're all the same, we are still different at the end of the day. But we shouldn't treat each other different. I love how
Right.
where this podcast is going. This is
Dude,
still a horror
yeah, this
podcast,
is.
by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
I swear, yeah. No, yeah. I know we're getting into mental health, but man, I don't know.
It's
It's like people
important.
need to
It's
hear this,
important. Yeah,
especially
man.
now, man. The world is on fire.
Yeah,
It's
it's
crazy,
a crazy
and
thing.
so
Which
no matter
it's
what side
horror.
or anything
The
you're on,
world is
it's yes,
peak right now.
yes,
Everything
dude.
it's like everything when it rains, it's monsooning right now. You got I'm not even getting into it, but there's
Of
so like
course.
you can just scroll and you just see terror, horror, um, destruction, explosions, and all these crazy things that is just like we can't even catch up. I can't even breathe, and that's why
The
I'm
news is
happy.
all bad.
You're
Yeah,
telling me,
yeah,
bro. You're telling me. But
yeah.
then it's just like the little things like this. Like I'm so blessed to be in this era to be able to experience technology like before technology really blew up, and then be into when technology is blowing up. Because then
See
it
where it
gave us
goes.
this
Yeah.
platform to be able to voice our opinions and our mindset. And even in the past when I was on my computer and gaming all this stuff, people shunned the things I did. And now look at it, like the people are like, "Oh, you a live streamer? It's the coolest shit." F you guys. You
No
like,
kidding. Oh, I wonder. I wish I
oh
had
you
that
oh you like
idea.
anime? Oh, now everybody wants to like anime.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, now there's,
Okay.
yeah, you were made fun of. You were a dweeb, you were a nerd, you were a weeb, you were a loser, and now
Yeah.
you got these jock douchebags on Instagram riding around with big titty hentai girls all over their sports cars, and now it's cool to like Dragon Ball Z. Screw you, man. I liked it when I was growing up.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? And it's just crazy how everything just the trend stops. The trend, it's
Yep.
all trends. Everybody's like,
And it, yeah.
oh, you can make money by doing this. Like you can really make like creative mindset with all this. Oh, okay, maybe it is cool. Maybe we shouldn't have judged these people. But you know what? It built who I am today, and I
It's
wouldn't
true.
change anything about it. And
Nope.
you know, like I said, this episode is based off life is horror. Every day
Straight
we
up.
are experiencing something that is truly scary,
Mm.
and horror is also adversity too, which leads me to another question I have to ask you because
Okay.
this is how it goes.
I love it. I
This is
love
my
it. We're
favorite
flowing,
question.
man.
This is my favorite question to ask every guest, and I made it a point because it needs to be an emphasis. What is your definition of the word horror? Not anybody without using any influences that you have witnessed, like your own depiction of horror. The first thing that comes
So
to your mind.
I would say for me, it's like that feeling you get. It's kind of ineffable. You can't really describe it. And it's weird. A lot of our body pains are kind of like that. You're like, I don't know. It's like an ache, but it's like a burn, but it's like I don't know. You can't really describe it.
Mm-hmm.
That feeling that you get of sheer terror in your stomach, and you feel light, and and your eyes pop open, and then your heart starts racing, and you get that little shot of endorphins or adrenaline or whatever, right? To me, that is horror. It
Mm-hmm.
is something that gives you that like someone just went boo.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever that reaction is. So it can be fun. Like you said, it could be funny horror, like, oh, that was scary, but I'm laughing now.
Yeah.
And then there's actual, like,
Pure fear.
I can't even take this. I am so terrified. But it's the
Mm-hmm.
same, you still get that same feeling in the pit of your stomach whenever you experience terror, horror, whatever. So I
Mm-hmm.
would say it's like that. Whenever you get that experience, that's probably horror for me, I would say.
Okay. It's crazy how my answer is very similar to yours. So I'm
Okay.
just gonna even piggyback off what you said, like that body reaction to a situation that is or an experience that is spontaneous that makes your body react subconsciously. So like you
Yes.
said, like the hair sticking on your back, body sweat, your eyes dilate, your heart rate goes higher, beats faster. You can run faster. You're stronger. Like it's that adrenaline.
Yes.
But for me, it which is that moment that triggers fight or flight, and
Yes.
well, we
Yes.
go into our primitive instincts where nothing else matters. It's killed or be killed, like
Hmm.
or run and try to survive another day,
Sure.
and
We
that
basically
is
have the
pure
same
horror.
answer.
Yeah, it's literally the
Yeah.
same thing. Like I said, it's just tacked on with a little. Honestly,
Yep.
anything that can trigger those primitive instincts subconsciously without us trying to do it ourselves. That's horror
That's
to me.
great because we're out of control of our reactions, right?
Yeah.
Those just happen. If something gets close to your face, you blink. You didn't think about it, it just happened. So it's like, yeah, dude, exactly. And what you said about labels was huge too. You made me
Mhm.
think of like when people drive by like homeless people, they see them and they've already labeled them. They're
Mhm.
drug addicts, they're alcoholics, they got kicked out of their house because they cheated on their wife, they're disgusting, they don't, and it's like, what in the hell? Where did you get all of this? And you've
Yeah.
already labeled that person, you've already described their life, their feelings, who they are,
Well,
and
not
you
without knowing
haven't,
their situation. Yeah.
and all you did was look at them.
Yeah.
And now you know everything about them. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And but anyways, I also wanted to ask two questions to you real quick because I think there's going to be people that might understand it, and I feel like you would really too. So,
Mhm.
number one, if you said you're bad with compliments, I'm horrible with it too. Do you even feel like a guilt or a weirdness when, like, if you're at a family thing and it's like your birthday and like having to open presents gives you anxiety because you want to feel so genuine and happy when you get something, but it's like, oh, like, thank you so much, but you just feel ingenuine because it's like, no, I feel like you can't get it across, and it's like it's your family. You shouldn't
Yeah.
feel guilty for receiving things from the people that love you. But it's
Yeah.
like I even feel like an anxiety sometimes, like I don't deserve this. Like please, thank you guys, but I don't need it. And it's like that comes down to a self-esteem thing too. And that if there's other people out there that feel like that, you're not alone. And
Yeah.
you're like, how do I get anxiety about my birthday and my parents giving me presents? And it's like it's all part of this, and there's a lot of people that think like that. You and me are both our worst enemies, dude,
Yeah.
and we beat ourselves up with our ridiculous standards. And you got to look at it as like, I don't want to be mean, but nobody cares about your standards.
Yeah.
Nobody
I
cares
totally agree
about
with
my
that.
standards.
Hmm.
They
Because
have standards
everybody's
of
in their
what
own
they,
lane.
yes, and they have standards of what they want to be entertained by, right?
Yeah.
So if they look at your podcast, okay, maybe it's not for them, but there's someone who goes, yep, that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. And it's just time. The people will find you.
Yeah.
What do they say? Like same energy attracts same energy, right? So if you're
Absolutely.
always trying to stay positive, positive things will come to you.
Yeah, that's
It's
just
just the
it's like
way it is. It's
surrounding
just
yourself
science.
around the right people. So I do want to
And
answer
yeah,
your question. So you said, have I ever experienced something like that? And the answer is yes. And real quick, I just before I answer this, I just want to say thank you so much to Brock for the Galaxy, and thank you so much, Brock, for the money gun and all the gives and support. I truly appreciate it. You guys are truly amazing for supporting
hell
just
yeah.
everything that we're doing on this podcast and just the content in general. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I'm blessed for this. Really, I am, and I'm thankful. But yes, I'm a people pleaser. I put others before myself, and I compare myself to like a onion, and when people need me, I have no hesitation to say yes, even if I don't want to. And so I'm peeling little pieces of myself till there's little nothing left, and I've destroyed my self-esteem. I have destroyed just the person I am, and I finally feel like I'm starting to get that back because I created something called the villain arc. Yeah, I don't know it's a thing, but like my own villain arc.
Sure.
And the villain arc to me is that traumatic experience, which I had a mental breakdown, and what I do is like I just get under covers and I just sink more and more deep into it. Like I
Isolate.
can't get up,
Isolate.
and people try to come help me, and I just get worse because now I'm making them involved in my own shit.
Yeah.
And I said the villain. So after that moment, I was like, I'm gonna really just focus on me, and I'm gonna love me, and I'm gonna care about me because I can't help others if I don't love myself. So that fear of being alone, I'm slowly dwindling that down because I love to just be with myself. So instead of letting all these voices dictate who I want to be, I'm letting those voices in, and I'm telling who's in command. And it's brick by brick, one layer at a time, and I'm gonna get there. So
Yeah.
I used to be like that, and I couldn't do it anymore because I don't think I would be here anymore if I just let it keep dictating who I want to be. And now I'm standing up for myself, and I'm saying
Yeah.
no, and I'm just saying, you know what, I want to do this. I don't want to do this. And I'm finally realizing who I need to be as a human being. So, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's so huge. And everybody should, everybody at some point's got to go through their journey like that. They have to really look back and reflect on themselves and go, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Like you have to check in with yourself. And you said it, man. If you don't have the resources, think of it like your bank account, right? If you don't have any money, but someone's like, oh man, I need $300 for my car broke down, and you're going, shit, if I had it, man, you would have it. Don't even
Yeah.
sweat it. And you can pay me back whenever, or you know what? I don't even care. It's like
Yeah.
but you have to have those resources. Just because you want to help, good intentions is great.
Yeah.
And it's about setting boundaries. And I'll probably I don't want to make this like at all like about me or try and
No, wait.
compare people's issues. Uh-huh.
I want to say, just don't, like, please, like, this is the behind the scenes. Like, I, I know you said, oh, we're getting off topic and all this stuff. No, we're not. The whole premise of Whispers is to get to know you, and like some of your struggles. Like it doesn't even have to be struggles, but this is where the conversation went. It's to know your personality outside of the content that you make. So we
Yeah.
are still on topic. This is what I want. I want you to be the true you, and I don't want you to feel like apologize. I don't want you to be like, or say something negative about yourself. I just want you to just be the pure you that you deserve to be. So like I wanted to stop you right there. I apologize. And
Yeah,
actually
for
no, I
sure,
don't
dude.
apologize. I take it back.
Dude, we
Um,
need more podcasts like yours. We need more people that really show that people can care about people, and there are good people. Not everybody in the world is messed up and cold and hateful. Like
yeah,
we are out here. This is the community that we build. You said you had 53 episodes. That's 53 people that you decided I'm going to try and get their name out there. I want to know more about them. You want to make a personal connection, and you
yeah,
have with every single one of them. You went out and did something, man.
yeah,
You know how many people are still sitting on the couch or their bed going, I should start a podcast.
yeah,
They have maybe one day they will, but you're
yeah.
doing it, man, and that's your journey. You don't need to judge anybody else for not doing it. It's you're doing it. And
Thank
think
you.
about it like confidence is like trust in the same way, man. You can't just buy it. You can't get it overnight.
Yeah,
It takes time. So you can't just, oh, I got a nice new shirt and now I have all this confidence. Like, yeah, you'll feel it,
yeah,
but it's the opportunity to be confident. That's what makes you confident.
yeah.
It's the opportunity to be patient if you're trying to work on being patient. You don't just get it. You don't just hand it. You get it handed to you.
Preach.
So it's a lot of self-reflection. You
Yeah,
you really gotta, and you have to be there for yourself before you can be there for anyone, and that is a respectful boundary.
hmm,
And no one should ever and can ever make you feel like you need to help someone else and you can't no, you are just you,
yeah.
and it's your decision to decide where you put your resources. And don't make anybody feel bad for making a decision for you because it's not their choice, you
Yeah.
know.
Um, I want to. I always ask. I want to ask you this question, but when it comes to making content and being able to do that and just have your personality be out there, what does that mean to you, and how has that changed your life? And is making content therapeutic to you in a way?
In a way, I will say this: everybody, don't lie to yourself. Everybody that does something cool to the public, right? If you want to paint but you don't want to sell them, that's fine. But if you want to paint and you want to sell them, of course you want to make money. Of
Hmm.
course you want to be successful. Who doesn't? You wouldn't
Yeah.
do it unless you wanted to. I mean, yes, you want to create art, but I'm saying if you want to do things as a business to make money as your livelihood, podcasting, whatever, you have to know why you're doing it first, even if it is for money, but you can't change it in the middle, right? If you
Yeah.
start off as a business and then it becomes passion, you lose money and your business fails. If you start with passion and then it becomes a business, it might just become work and now your passion fails. So you have to constantly check in with yourself to make sure that you're doing what you really want to
Hmm.
and hold yourself accountable. And that's really hard for a lot of people, especially when you and me have, our trauma, our depression, our whatever, and we're rescuers. We put ourselves in the rescuer role to say, everyone, just come here. I'll give you a big orphanage and we can all just take care of each other. It's like
Yeah.
that's what we want. We have that nurture spirit. But at the same time,
It's like
it's
the
to our
heavy man.
detriment.
It's a heavy man.
Yes.
We're carrying everybody's load, and it's just
There you go.
pause.
Yeah.
Every-
Womp
uh,
womp.
but no, seriously, everybody likes to
Yes.
dump their
Everybody's waiting.
shit on
Yeah.
us, and we accept it, because we given that role, and let people know it's okay to do that, because we say, oh, I'll be here for you, and to realize that it has done so much more damage because you have to deal with your own stuff as on top of other people's stuff. And
Right.
I shout out to therapists, because like you hear all this stuff on a daily basis, and how do you deal with your own self?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's where it starts. You can't do anything at all without, yourself being good. Like
Mm,
every decision, everything is you have to be good first and then everything comes after. It's just that's the way it is, you
yeah.
know. But to say how it's affected my life, I mean, it's helped me be more confident in the fact that I can say uh up until the last 3 days, for 2 months, my entire life has pretty much fallen apart. Like, I was unhappy with every single aspect of my life. And like I said, until 3 days ago, I've started really kind of getting some confidence, and, I'm changing meds, and there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
But I'll show you something literally right here. It's folded up kind of right now. I literally have been sleeping on the floor in my office for like a month and a half because I couldn't be in the guest room with my ex and all the things that was going on. Like, my whole life was just crumbling. And I had to hit that bottom and see what I was losing and that risk before I could snap out of it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just me making a decision, because like I said, there's chemical things, there's a lot of things you got to work through. But I mean, I'm not rich. I'm not a big podcaster. I don't make like lots of money. I'm not that. I'm just a dude in his office with a cat shirt on. I don't want to say I'm nobody.
Can we see the cat shirt?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's
This
sick.
is,
That's so
yeah.
dope.
Oh yeah. I'm a crazy cat lady, so just gonna say that too. But
you're
yeah,
crazy
it's
cat
a
man, technically. Now,
sure, whatever. I don't care. Just give me all the cats.
It's kind of crazy that it's a crazy cat lady. Why there can't be crazy cat men, like a gentleman, right? Or like what? Like,
what's up with that? What's up with that?
Kind of double standard, but it's okay. I have cats too.
Hell yeah.
I guess I'm not crazy.
Man.
I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't know.
Hey, that's okay. Normal sucks. Like you said, man, who wants to be gray?
Yeah.
Do something else. Oh, that was the second question I was going to ask. Super quick. If you had 100 of, and I think like I already know your answer, and a lot of people are going to disagree and some will agree. And you'll have to pick if this is for you. But let's say you had like a trophy, right?
Sure.
And on your team, everybody, you won the big game. All 20 of you get trophies. And you all get to pick one, but there's one that has a chip in it. Or there's one that has a missing letter, or 2 letters are backwards. It's a misprint. When you go up to grab a trophy, are you going to grab the right thing that's normal? Or are you going to grab the one with personality because it's funny to you and you think it's different and cool?
That's a good question.
Because what a lot of people think society or those perfect trophies that are up on the pedestal are the norm, and that's what we need to strive for.
Yeah.
But instead,
I have an answer.
Realize that. Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
I love. Yeah.
I would pick the imperfect one, and here's why. I actually have a tattoo of a wolf breaking out of a skull. Like, I don't know if you could see that, right?
That's wicked, yes.
And the reason is there's 2 meanings behind it, because I used to be like a sheep and followed everybody's footsteps, and I decided that I'm tired of that and I want to be a wolf. I want to set my own precedents, and I want to be the person I'm happy to be. And I don't want to, and I'm not, nobody's living my own life except me. So when I bring up the stuff that I struggle with is why I show people, yes, that's what makes me unique. And I'm proud of that. And again, real quick, shout out to Broccoli and Cheese. You're gonna literally make me cry. Like, you are truly amazing, and I'm just so honored to have you being like a great friend of mine. Like, thank you so much for all the love. You don't have to do that, but I want to hug you, Rock. And I want some of your cooking. What are you cooking? Please tell me. I need some of that food. We got to meet up one day and really get to have a conversation. But thank you so much, Broccoli. I really, with a mother-loving Cheese, I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, for real. Like, I feel like normal is not a real thing. Normal is not real. It's a made-up facade that we, as human beings in society, have made to justify people who are different when we are all different. Everybody's like, oh, you're not like them. So fucking what? I want to just be the person that I choose to be and not what society wants me to be. And if there's 7 billion people and there's more plus, and some people will like my content. Some people will hate my content. But I don't care, because I'm proud of what I put out there, and it will resonate with somebody. And if it doesn't resonate with you, I'm okay with that. And I hope you find the people that you need, the content that you need to watch and that makes you happy. And for those people that do watch me and love what I do, I'm thankful for you guys. I keep telling everybody in my live streams, 86,400 seconds in a whole day. And the fact that you are giving me the most precious thing that you have on this earth, which is time, I'm indebted. I'm grateful for that opportunity to put myself in front of your TV, your laptop, your computer, your iPad. What else
People
can
are
I ask for?
giving you a part of your life, and I love when people are like, "Oh yeah, you have Twitch friends, and they're not real. You haven't even met them." I'm like, we have spent hours upon hours talking, sharing our lives, being personal.
Yeah.
Bullshit. They're not my friend. You cannot tell me that that's not my friend. We know each other's deepest, darkest secrets and all that. Yeah, okay, they're 800 miles away. Well, guess what?
We're in a
That
new age.
connection.
We're on a new age that this is possible. In the past, we
There you
couldn't do
go.
that. You would have to take horseback
Yep.
to say hello. Like, it'd take you
Right.
four
A
months.
letter. Yeah. Yeah.
Stuff gets lost in the mail where I can have a genuine conversation for somebody who's on the other side of the country. Like, in real time.
Well, like we're doing right now. West Coast, East Coast, dude. We're literally having a conversation 3 hours apart.
It is 7 o'clock for you. It's 10 o'clock for me, and
Amazing.
we still have that a mindset of what brings us together, which is horror, and it's just a beautiful thing. I'm a real believer of predeterminism, and I believe we are exactly where we need to be at this exact moment. And we are talking to the people that you need to talk to. And I just felt like I've gotten a new perspective and new insight from talking to you, Brian. And I appreciate you. I can't
can't
wait
thank
to
you enough, man.
I can't wait to like make future content with you guys and get to meet Tony and
Absolutely.
Kelsey and what do you guys trying to get a little bit back. We've talked almost completely the whole show about this, which is
I know.
crazy. I didn't even touch base on Scaredycast.
Just have to do another
like
one.
Oh, yeah,
darn.
oh no. But no, I do
Oh.
want to know, like, what is your vision for Scaredycast in the next 5 years? What do you guys plan on doing, and what are some of the goals that you guys want to achieve?
So, big time. Like I said, obviously, if you want to do it for a living, we do. We want to get away from our crappy 9 to 5s. We want to be able to dedicate all the time to do our research, to be, on topic and still be us, but really have the time, the resources to provide the best content. The other thing we do besides the podcast and the little things, excuse me, are what we call scaredy quests, and we'll go do ghost hunts, and we'll go, we go to places that are supposed
Wait,
to be
in person?
haunted and things. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
We have YouTube videos of ghost hunting.
I'm totally coming with you guys. Listen,
Ah, yes,
I'm
dude.
mark my words, and I'm a big believer. I'm a man of my word. If I can convince my wife to say yes,
Yeah.
I will come to where you guys are, and we can do a haunted excursion. The
Yep.
four of us and make content.
I got four.
Like
four
I wanted to go.
places
I
right now
wanted to
off the top
go
of my
get a
head.
group of people to do the Conjuring house.
Oh.
And I think that's
Dude.
the worst idea I could ever have, but I think that would make the best content because I really believe that shit might come back with me, and I don't want to do that. I already have enough scary shit in my life. I'm good.
Right. So yeah, I think being able to do the podcast full time, and then we could really put all of our time and effort into that instead of a 9 to 5, and stuff like that. So obviously making that our full time thing, but I would say even bigger is just to do the scaredy quests. Go to the scary houses. Go to the big haunts. Go to everything horror, movie premieres, whatever. Be there. Be present in it and just give the best entertainment and, informative in an informative way, but just entertain. Just bring entertainment to people about things that we like. Like I said, not everybody's going to like horror, but think of it as like we got one. We're converting people when we say, man, horror's not that scary. You can watch Hocus Pocus. It's funny. It's cute. Billy's kind of scary. When I was a kid, I was a little bit afraid of zombies.
I thought it
But
was terrifying.
you know what I'm saying? And so it's like but that's an easy way if you want to show like one of your a partner or a child that's like I'm scared. It's like, look, there's terror of all levels, and if you just want to be a little bit entertained and scared, that's there for you too.
It's
It's
like
all
having different
there.
types of hot sauce in a way. Like you just
Yes,
like, and
levels.
everybody
Yes.
has has their temperature they can be at. And I agree with you. We are showing that horror is not doesn't have to be all scary, and it could be just a cozy place. Like I've played cozy horror games where I'm like, I'm a grave digger and I'm putting bodies
Is it
into a
Gravekeeper?
more. Oh, is it? Oh, gravekeeper. Yeah, you're
Is that the
basically.
game?
I
I
think
know
so.
it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love
You're
it.
literally putting bodies in their graves. You know, you're making sure the grounds is nice and complete. And people are like, "Hey, man, I had a hard day, and I'm watching a cozy game," which I don't understand how that's cozy for some people. You guys are weird, like,
Right.
but nah. But it's just making it just
Mhm.
more personable and easy for people when with our personalities to show. Yeah, it's scary, but it could be a good
Mhm.
time too. So
And we are acceptable of anyone, and you can make a connection even if you're not there. If a lot of people say, "Oh, I have really bad anxiety. I don't like crowds. I don't
hmm
know how to break the ice and start conversations." And honestly, that's my thing. When I'm
hmm
in person, horrible at it. I don't know how to just go up and not feel like a bother to someone, right? And that comes with my own personal crap too. But like once you get me in the door, you get me started, oh, I'll never shut up.
hmm
But some people might have that like, ooh, reservation. I'm really shy. Don't know how to really talk to people. But then
right.
when they're doing this, they're talking to you in your chat, or we're talking over Discord. That connection's still happening. That personal connection is still happening without the fear of all your other senses being overstimulated because they're right in front of you. It's like,
Yeah.
no, this is an easy way to do it. And if you don't want to do it with the video, turn the video off. And now you
Yeah.
just hear the voice. Easy.
Which I when I do these podcasts, I always get my guests like they don't have to turn their cameras on. They can just do faceless. But also like any way of communication, I still think it takes a lot of courage to put a message out there for others to see to the creator. Like, hey, I like your content. It took me a while to reach out like some of my favorite content creators, or even like, hey, I wanted to give you a couple dollars to support you, and I appreciate what you're doing. That takes a lot of courage, you know. And yes, like monetary value is important, and it's such endearing when people put another step of support to what you do. Like I
Yeah.
said, time is the most precious thing, but now you're putting extra stuff on top of the cake, and it's a blessing,
Because you
And
have to work for that.
yeah,
That's effort to get that money
yeah,
usually, you
you
know what I
you
mean? It's
got you
not just
got that
given.
from something. You worked your hours, you did your job, and now you're supporting somebody else with the hard-earned money that you have made. That's
You put in
precious.
time and effort, and then you're giving me the time, and now you're giving me what you worked for,
Yeah,
and that is such
and
a
it's
blessing, man.
beautiful.
And being grateful, I feel like you're really good at that.
hmm
That's a huge tool in your toolbox.
Yeah,
Try and just think of one little thing, even if it's like Oreos or
yeah,
orange juice or your car, anything. You just go, man, I'm so glad I have this thing.
yeah.
And think of
I'm
all the
happy I have
ways
a
that
roof
this
over my
makes you
head,
happy.
man.
Hmm. And even if you go, look, this isn't going to help me. I'm massively depressed, but I'm glad that spicy chicken sandwiches exist at McDonald's. If nothing else, maybe you'll get a chuckle. You know, Tell it to a friend. Be like, hey, man, I just want to tell you that I'm really grateful for something because I feel like shit and I don't know, but I'm grateful for, Kool-Aid. And it's like, cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Just little things. You don't need to change overnight. It's not daunting. It's not basic boot camp training. It's
hmm
just little victories. And that confidence builds, that trust in yourself builds, and then it's off to the races.
Yeah. I gotta say, you are a perfect representation of Scaredycast, and because I can tell if this is what the vibes are, then it's an amazing show. It really is. You are a genuine, authentic human being who is able to be vulnerable, but knows that even though you have these things, you're not scared to share them with human beings that
Hmm.
might take that and do with whatever, but you don't care.
Yeah.
You are able to accept that and make something out there about it. And I could just tell, like, you guys. I can't wait to like work with you guys. I think it's gonna be amazing. I think we're gonna have great
Oh, yeah.
conversations, and I want to do a tier list, with that tier website and just like try to rank all these things. But like I said, it really feels like a place where people can just be themselves and just want to make content that they can talk years about. And this is why I'm glad I did this conversation. There was so much I've learned from you, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm so happy this happened, man.
Dude, I can't thank you enough for even reaching out because
Yeah.
that's the thing, dude. If you didn't just go, I'll send the message.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have happened, right? Like
Or if
just
you
like
didn't
I
reply,
said,
if
little
you guys
thing.
didn't reply, like then this
There
would
you
have
go.
never happened.
Just doing that little thing, just hitting send. What's the
Butterfly
worst that
effect.
can happen?
Butterfly effect.
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
And one last thing I wanted to say, especially this kind of goes for men, especially, but women they have to suffer from this too in a different way.
Yeah.
But I feel like us being men and growing up, in the society we do,
Oh, I
there's
already
a
know where you're gonna go. That's crazy.
ton of toxic masculinity. There is,
I
you
knew where you
can't
were
have
going
a
with that.
cup unless it's camouflage and has big tittied women on it. This is pink polka dots. Do you think this makes
I
my
have a
dick
blanket
any
that's pink.
smaller? Like, do you think that women find me unattractive now because I have a pink polka dot cup? I'm sorry, but if your ego is that fragile, you have a lot of personal
I
working out
was
to do.
told that we are not meant to show our emotions, and
Could never
we're
cry.
You could never
Ever.
cry. Motherfucker, I cry all the time. I cry watching.
Motherfucker, it's a natural response. It's like sneezing. It's burping.
Exactly.
Girls are like, oh, it's a sin to fart or it's a sin to burp. And it's like, it's natural. You
Yeah.
do that. You do it behind closed doors. Everybody poops. Knock it off, world.
Facts.
Dude, like, wake up.
This is society. It's just
Yes.
it's shunned upon. And why can't we just normalize? Actually, which normal's not. Why can't we just? I'm making up. I was gonna say, uniqueize. Like I'm making up a word. But like, why can't we just make everybody? Why can't everybody just be proud that they're unique in their own different way?
And there's a healthy pride. There's healthy pride. Being too proud is not good, but you have to be proud of yourself for being who you are. Because you know what? What hit me really hard was that I never believed, or I believed it, but I never felt it. But like, dude, you're loved. Everyone is. Somebody loves you. You are loved.
I love you, Chad.
That's the thing. Dude, right? Like, whether it's your chat, whether it's you and me talking, dude, like, I don't want anything bad to happen to you. I just want to see you win. I can tell you're a good person, and I'm telling you.
We got a hug.
And
I can't wait to meet you.
Bro.
Sorry, Tony. Sorry,
telling you,
Kelsey. Brian gets the first hug.
This is my guy, dude. This is my guy right here.
We're gonna hug, and we might cry.
Real.
We might hug. We might
You know
cry.
what? I hope we do. And you know what? Does everybody call you a really good hugger? Because you do like the full
Oh,
rap.
I embrace
and
you.
You're just
Yeah, I because I believe there's so much chemicals that are being released that is so positive, and then it's just like when you hug with so much passion, everything that you have just weighing on you just melts, and that release
Human connection.
just. There's a study that says like people that hug for like more than 5 minutes or longer than that is so beneficial for your mental, spirit, physically, emotional, all these things, and it's just so true. So yeah, when I hug you, I'm embracing you with love, compassion, and empathy, and I want you to show you that you are loved, even if I met you for the first time, and this is the first time, and I feel like I have so much love for you and just for being just who you are. So thank you.
Yes.
Damn, bro.
Man,
I made a new friend.
Such an incredible.
I made a
this
new friend,
is just
ladies and
amazing.
gentlemen.
I wish we could do this every day, dude. Like,
Listen,
and
you
if
are
we
more
had,
than welcome to be on future episodes where we can talk more about Scaredycast. I don't want to, but like I love this episode because it, like I said, you were a perfect representation of what you guys do, and now people have an understanding. Like you were able to do all this and just be vulnerable and just be yourself. So like everybody, please go check out Scaredycast. Go show support to Brian, Tony, and Kelsey because they are amazing human beings, and I can't wait to do more content with them. I think it's gonna be fucking phenomenal.
Dude, even if for now, if we can only get you on like a Skype or whatever on the podcast, but you can sit in, and then
Yeah.
when you get to come down here, we do like,
100%.
however, dude, I want to get you on here now, like as fast
Yeah,
as I can,
listen.
because why not? Let's blow you up. Let's get your name out there. Let's freaking do this, dude, and
And
we'll
vice
rise up
versa.
together,
Yeah,
mutually rise.
that's the biggest thing I want to tell people. Why the fuck do I gotta be on top when I can bring everybody with me? We all
Think of
want to
it
be
like
on
this,
the same
man.
thing.
The fishing net. Every single link in all those squares is a part where it's strong, right? And every single link pulls the entire net up. It's not one by one. The entire net is connected. Everything mutually
I
rises.
use the analogy of a cobweb. That's why I told people like I want to be that I want to be at the center and be able to bring everybody together in the net and just like you want to meet developers. Oh, I know I got you. I can help you with that without losing myself. You know, like I know I said previously that I like to be a people pleaser and I want to help everybody out. But no, you know, as I help other people, I'm also making that connections with those people that will help me project where I need to get to. And so it's not like, oh, I'm helping everybody else eat. We all eat at the end of the day. And that's what I want to be able to accomplish. And it's not, I'm going, like, if I accomplish, I will accomplish these things.
When,
and
not if.
When, yeah. And man, I can't. Tell Tony and Kelsey I am fucking mad at them because they needed to be on this episode, so they owe me, and I'll wait for them. You need to play this episode for them and let them know that you timestamped 1 hour and 11 minutes that you motherfuckers owe me.
Boom! There it is.
I need to have a conversation with all three of you guys, and it's gonna happen. So mark my words.
I will
don't
say,
make me come fly down and throw hands.
Don't make me come down there. Don't make me come down there. I'm gonna smack a bitch. But no, man. Like, oh shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh, I lost it. It doesn't matter. But
That's okay.
yeah, man. Thank you so much. And everybody, just take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I swear to you, the less you get in your own way, the less you fight.
Yeah.
Things will happen. The world never stops going forward. So you don't have to move forward. The world does it for you. All you have to do is hang on.
Yeah.
You know?
I was gonna that was gonna be my final question. I mean, I was gonna ask, like, is there anything else you want to tell our audiences that are listening now, or audiences that are going to be listening, future listeners? Like, is there anything other than what you just said? Is there anything else you want to say to our beautiful people?
Man,
the floor is yours.
I will say, I believe that we need more podcasts like yours, man. You know, mine does not focus on.
I'm not ready to cry.
Really.
Don't make me cry.
Yeah, but you know, yours is literally connecting people. It's like your hitch. You know, you maybe not. You're not worried about that. You're worried about connecting people. You get satisfaction, fulfillment for bringing people together, and we need more people like that. And if anybody's out there that's, you know, going through it, not that we're big superstars, but like people really, I think, have this weird separation when you're seeing someone through a screen. I'm just a human. I sleep on the floor, you know, like it's tough. I have depression. I have a lot of issues, but that doesn't make me bad, less than, or anything, or greater than anyone. Yeah. Everybody listening, everybody in the world has their own life. Yeah. And if we just slow down a sec, we'll realize that it's not hard to be good. It's easy. It's effortless. Just have the human heart. Everybody be good to each other. And give this man some money. Let's blow him up. Let's get a freaking business. I want you to get your conglomerate so you can start connecting networks and doctors and peoples and whatever, dude. Just like, you're going to do it. You're doing it right now. It's going to happen. When?
Thank you.
Not
Thank
if.
you. I really, from the bottom of my heart, I really do truly mean, I appreciate that.
Gotcha, man. For sure.
I gotta read this to you. So, one of my favorite one of my favorite friends, I was gonna say viewers, Broccoli, you are an amazing friend. You know, I adore you. And you have an angelic voice, by the way. I need you to join the Discord and sing to me again, because I was not ready for that. That shit was crazy. But one of my amazing friends, and I like broccoli and cheese. I literally, by the way, I have because of broccoli and cheese. I went to the store and bought broccoli and melted cheese and ate it on street
It's
because of you,
great.
and it's
It's
phenomenal.
great. And it's good protein, man. It's
Yes.
good.
So, broccoli said, "I appreciate you saying exactly. Well, hold on. I appreciate him saying exactly what he just said. What you just said, broccoli was appreciative of
Oh,
and loves that. So I think you were literally speaking from the heart, and that's all that's pretty much what I really asked for. I just want people to be who they want to be and just be proud of themselves. And I can tell, you are on your own journey, and I hope you get so much success. And if you ever need anything from me, man, just feel free to reach out. Like
my brother,
my
the
door is
same.
always
Same.
open, and I want everybody to be propelled. I really do.
I trust you, man. I feel like we got the same heart, and the same
Yeah.
mindset on so many things. And I can't wait. I feel like this is just it's great to meet you. This is the
Yeah,
first
hundred
day.
percent.
Like welcome to the job, man. Let's freaking start making content. Let's
Scared to
do it.
cast and Soavecito. It's
Hey,
like Scooby Doo.
Suavecast. Oh,
Like Scooby Doo is like
Suavecast.
Scooby Doo meets Suavecito, or like when they have the famous
Yes,
guests like, oh,
yes.
Scooby Doo meets Mike Tyson or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yes.
bro.
Perfect, perfect. I
Yeah, we could
love it. It'd be a
definitely do that.
cameo. Yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Listen, so ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 53 of Whispers of Horror. Everybody go check out the amazing Scaredycast of Brian, Tony, and Kelsey. And all their links are going to be in the description of the podcast. And I just want to say thank you again to my amazing guest, Brian, for being on this. And I can't wait to make content with you guys moving forward. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great afternoon. And I hope you have a great evening. And remember,